The fragile peace in Gaza is facing its first major challenge, and it's a doozy. Israel has decided to cut aid and keep the Rafah crossing closed, citing a breach of the ceasefire agreement by Hamas. But here's where it gets controversial. The dispute revolves around the remains of Israeli hostages. On the one hand, you have Israel, who believes that Hamas is deliberately withholding the bodies of their fallen soldiers, and is using this as leverage to gain an advantage in the implementation of the ceasefire plan. On the other, you have Hamas, who claims that recovering all the remains may take time, as not all burial sites have been identified. The situation is further complicated by the fact that the 20-point plan proposed by Trump is ill-defined, leaving room for interpretation and potential conflict. With tensions already high, the decision to restrict aid and delay the opening of Rafah, a crucial crossing point, has come as a shock. The ceasefire agreement clearly states that all hostages, alive or deceased, should be returned within 72 hours. However, it also provides a mechanism for delays, requiring Hamas to share information and make every effort to fulfill these commitments. The International Committee of the Red Cross acknowledges the challenges, describing the handover of remains as a massive undertaking, especially given the devastation in Gaza. While some, like Elahimi, whose husband was killed in a Hamas attack, support the aid restriction as a means of pressure, others are dismayed by the delay in opening Rafah. Humanitarian officials in Gaza highlight the limited supplies that have entered since the ceasefire, emphasizing the dire need for aid across the territory. As the focus shifts to establishing a transitional authority and a multinational stabilization force, as outlined in the deal, the question remains, will Hamas comply with the terms of the agreement, and what does this mean for the future of Gaza and the peace process? And this is the part most people miss. The true extent of the destruction in Gaza is only now becoming clear. With an estimated $70 billion needed for reconstruction, the road to recovery is long and challenging. So what do you think? Is Israel's decision to limit aid justified, or is it a counterproductive move? Should Hamas be given more time to recover the remains, or is this a deliberate stalling tactic? The peace process in Gaza is a complex and delicate matter, and your thoughts and opinions are welcome in the comments below.